Hi everyone, it's Marisa from bumblebeeapothecary.com, and today I'm bringing you along for kind of a day in my kitchen, or at least the portion of the day today where I'm spending extra time in my kitchen to get a few things done. And this particular day is happening on a day where we are in full-on survival mode. Alright, so today I am getting some things done in the kitchen. So I've talked before in some of my other videos about how I like to spend pockets of time in the kitchen here and there. I will spend more time in the kitchen some days, less time in the kitchen other days. I'm really never spending all day in the kitchen. I'm not saying spending all day in the kitchen is a bad thing to do. It's time well spent for sure. And if you choose to do that, that's wonderful. I usually don't spend all day in the kitchen though. Usually I choose to spend little pockets of time here and there. Some days it's more, some days it's less. But I always try to be as effective and intentional as possible with my time spent there. So, of course, the day-to-day parts of the time spent in the kitchen are going to be the daily meal prep, and that'll look different from day to day depending on what meals are being prepared. Some meals are more time consuming than others, although I generally like to keep it pretty simple and doable. But the other time spent in the kitchen will be things that I don't do every single day, and this will be when I come in just to maintain certain extra things. So sometimes this gets more challenging during very busy seasons of life. Like for example, right now we are moving and we are coming down to the wire. You've seen in some of my other videos where I talked about packing. I had a video where you spent the morning with me recently where I showed me packing up kind of some of our final things. And then today is a day where we are really getting down to the wire. So when it comes to moving, there is just so much to do, so much to keep track of. It's really, I feel like the mental energy is what is so tiring about it. Just so many things to keep track of in the buying and selling process, and then moving itself, just remembering everything that there is to do when it comes to moving and making sure that it's all happening at the right time. It's so busy. And so I really try to not let certain things slip. Of course, I will keep meals definitely on the simpler side during busy times like this to just make sure that my time is freed up, but that we're not compromising on what we're eating. But I also try to keep a few other very key things going. I want to call them extra things, but they're very important. One of them is milk kefir. So that's what I'm working on right now. I let one of these sit for a little bit longer than usual. You can see some of the whey separating out. But today I'm getting to it. I'm going to strain out those grains and put them in fresh milk. Whenever the tops get kind of yellow looking like that, you saw me kind of wiping that out. So that's one of the things I'll do. Sometimes I'll decide to just go ahead and wash the jar and start over with a clean jar. Today I didn't do that just because I was opting for the easier route today. But yeah, so that's one of the things that I'll do is wipe away that yellowy section that can kind of develop over time, especially if it sits a little bit longer than is ideal. But this is one of the things, even though things are so busy and there's so much going on, I'm getting to the milk kefir, making sure to maintain that because it's so helpful in so many different things. It's got all that great friendly bacteria. It has lots of friendly yeast strains. It's just so helpful. Dr. Natasha talks about all the benefits that it has for just, well-being. So it's something that I really try to prioritize for us. So that's one of the things that I'm working on today. I have another video on my channel where I talk specifically about milk kefir, all the things that you need to know when it comes to making it yourself at home, maintaining it, having success with it. So if you're interested, I'll put that down below so that you can learn some more about milk kefir, maybe if you're new to it. But if you like milk kefir and you make it all the time, I'd also love to hear your thoughts in the comments. What are your favorite things to do with it? How are your favorite ways to drink it? Do you just drink it plain like we usually do? Do you make things with it? What do you like to do? Make sure to share in the comments and let me know. But yeah, so that's kind of what this video is about. Just when it comes down to a super busy season of life, these are some of the things that I will still make time for, even though, like I said, it didn't happen as frequently as it probably should have. This kefir sat a little bit longer than it should have. I needed to clean the rim of the jar. Once things calm down, I'm sure I will make time to go ahead and just wash the jars, but getting that strained out so that we have that in our diet and that it's taken care of and it can be healthy and keep going. The other thing that I'm doing in this little pocket of extra time in the kitchen today is making tea for kombucha. Now, I didn't capture on film the whole kombucha process. I do have another video on my channel where I show all about making the June kombucha that I like to make, and I'll have that link down below in case you'd like to learn more about that. But that video really goes in depth into the process, and that's one of the other things that's really important to maintain to keep the SCOBY healthy, is to make tea for that. And so normally I use a little teapot with a built-in strainer, and I have all that. Well, that stuff is packed up right now, so I had to get really creative, and I just used a little saucepan with some tea ball strainers and made the tea that way, and it still worked out. It didn't work as smoothly and easily as my normal setup, but I still made it happen. So now the SCOBY is happier with some fresh tea. So I hope that you enjoyed coming along and just seeing kind of what I'm doing today when I'm in an extremely busy season of life, while we're in just the final stages of buying and selling and moving and all of that. So I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments. What are some of the things when it comes to your kitchen and your eating that you always prioritize and make sure happen no matter how busy your life gets? What are those essential things when it comes to real food and wellness that you will not compromise on and you always make sure that they happen no matter how busy life gets? Make sure to share in the comments and let me know, because I'd love to hear. And then also be sure and check out that description box for links to those more in-depth kefir and then June kombucha videos that I've made in case you're interested. And I also have other goodies down there like ebooks. I have free ebooks, I have meal plans, different programs, things like that. So feel free to check out some of those if that's interesting to you. And if you did like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with anybody else who you think would like it. And if you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I get out new videos every week on nourishing recipes and natural living. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.